right, this technique is called Waki-Gatame, which means armpit hold. And it refers to the fact that I am holding his arm with my armpit and applying an arm lock. And so just kind of without any setup, if he puts his arm out here, there are a couple of different ways to get this lock. The most common way would be having the pinky up. I put my arm here, and then I drop down here as I lift here. This is a good way of taking someone down. So if I extend him out and take him down, I can get him down to the ground like this and all the way down. The problem with that, or the setback is, if I'm outside and this is a legitimate self-defense situation, going to the ground is not necessarily a great strategic maneuver. So there's another way of doing this technique, which if you put your arm out here, is I keep his pinky facing this way, his thumb facing out that way. I get into this position here, I extend his hand, and then I use my body to apply this lock. So he's still in a standing position, and I don't take him to the ground at this point. And if I do this fast enough, I can sort of snap it, but really just kind of making sure I'm trapping the shoulder, keeping him back, extending him out, and then wrapping around and applying it like this. It's important, regardless, that I keep him off balance somehow. If he's just standing here fully structured and I'm wrenching on his arm, he can resist that. He can potentially resist that, especially if you have a size disadvantage. It's going to be really tough to get in that position. So in almost all cases, the solution is going to be to lead him out somehow. So even if, like let's say you do a punch, I'll throw an uke in there, I come up here and drop my weight. And then I grab this, elbow strike, that gets my off balance, and then I lock in and do my arm lock there. So just to make sure, let's go a little more full speed here. So 1, 2, 3. And so just making sure I keep that smooth, and I expose the elbow joint, and then I apply the lock to it. Various other things, like if I'm doing, go ahead and throw a punch and say I'm doing, like trying to do an ureo side, this isn't quite working, I can come in and I can turn this into a Waki-Gatame as well. So lots of flexibility with this technique, but like any other joint lock or throw, you want to make sure that they're off balance.